Hey guys, welcome back to another video. It's a girl gifted precious as always. How you all doing? Hope you're enjoying your new year. It's like the third week or the last week of January. No, the third week of January, and I'm filming this video. Anyway, I just want to talk about New Year resolutions and all of those things. I know most of us, if not a lot of people, at one point in their life has or have made a decision to be like, oh, this is my New Year resolution, or this is what I want to change for the new year and all of that. But now, have you sat down to think of why does it feel like it doesn't work, or at the end of the year you feel like you're underachieved or you've not achieved a lot of things? I'm here to give you reasons and tips. I know that yes, it is coming not so early in the year, but it's not too late to retrace your steps or just try and make changes if you've already made your New Year resolutions. It's not a bad thing that you make New Year resolutions or you say this is what I want for the new year. It is absolutely fine. I mean, everybody has plans and goals they want to achieve, but these are the reasons why those New Year resolutions, they don't come to fruition, or at the end of the year you feel like, oh, I have not really done anything, or I don't know, this year just feels somehow, or and all of that. I'm here to give you reasons why they do not work, or it seems like your New Year resolutions do not work. Now, the first point is, it's a new year. It's not a new you, right? I know a lot of people will say, oh, new year, new me. It's a new year. It's not a new you. Like, you're not changing from who you are. So you don't make resolutions in the sense that you want to change drastically. Like, it really wouldn't work like that. You have to make like gradual steps. You have to pick up something and say, okay, this is what I want to change. Not necessarily like this is what I want to change like in this new year, and this is what I want to really work on. You can't just wake up one morning and you want to change drastically. It has to be a gradual process. You have to build habits that would, on the long run, become part of you. I don't know if it makes sense, but you can't just wake up one morning. You can't just wake up on the first of a new year or the first of a new month and then expect to be a new person. It doesn't really work like that. So you have to take gradual steps. You have to pick up one part of your life and say, okay, this is how I want to change. This is what I want to change about this aspect of my life. I want to be better in budgeting. I want to be better in making friends or reaching out to friends. I want to be better in eating healthy. I want to be better at saving. You can't just wake up one morning and you've saved $1 million. You have to take gradual steps. You have to make efforts and maybe cutting down on your expenses or budgeting right or planning right. You cannot change without putting those steps or those habits in place that would then result to the change you expect. I don't know if what I'm saying makes sense, but then you have to take gradual steps. You have to take it in bits before you can achieve that big goal that you want. I don't know if it makes sense. So if you feel like, oh, you just wake up one morning and then the change you expect is like boom, it's not magic. You have to take like gradual steps for you to get to that point where you want to be. The second point is having an accountability partner. Yes, I know oftentimes people say, oh, it really doesn't work. But I think having someone that is going, like, you both can be your accountability partners, like, just to put you in check and make sure that, okay, we're in the same direction. You're actually putting steps in the right direction, like you're on the right path. I remember speaking to a friend and she's like, oh, I'm finding it very difficult to search for jobs. I'm not in that mood. And I'm like, you need, like, she was like, oh, she needs somebody that will be beside her and then they are both doing it. Then it will give her the urge to apply for more jobs. And yes, it is true. Oftentimes, people need that push. People need that person that would always be like, okay, it's time for us to do this. You might not necessarily have somebody in your life all the time, because at some point, I mean, everybody has their individual lives they have to live. They have their lives for themselves. Then they do not have to always push you and spoon feed you and tell you what to do. But then at some point, you always want somebody to be like, oh, have you done this? This is how it is, or you need to do this at some point. So having an accountability partner oftentimes works. It really helps in putting you in check and making sure you're on the right path in achieving your goals for the year. Third point is, do not set unrealistic goals. Do not set unrealistic expectations for yourself. You don't expect to, maybe in your New Year resolution, you want to have bought a Lamborghini. It is not out of place to think big, but then again, you have to, I mean, you cannot be in secondary school and expecting to have bought a Lamborghini. Well, I don't know, but God works in mysterious ways. But then again, you have to have plans. Do you want to steal? Okay, well, I don't know, but now you don't look at somebody else's goals or somebody else's someone else's plans, and then you want to be like that person, or you not really be like that person. You want to achieve what the person has set for themselves. I mean, you both have different paths, you both have different lives to live. You cannot live your life based off someone else's goals. You cannot set your goals based off someone else's goals. You both have different paths, you both have different ways of processing things, you would have different ways of working towards different pace. I think that's the word, different pace, because I might not, the point is probably we might be working towards a goal, but our time, I mean, the timeline or the time frame in which we would achieve it might be different. I might be faster, you might be faster. So don't set your goals based off, oh, this person is doing this or this person is doing that, and then you want your goals to be like theirs. You would have different future, you would have different destiny. So it's your path, it's your life. So set your goals based on your life, based on your ability, based on what you can do, not based off what someone feels you can. I don't know if I make sense. If another point is keeping track, documenting your process. I'm not going to overemphasize this because it is as important as setting those goals. I mean, you could track your progress bi-weekly, monthly, quarterly, as the case may be, but ensure that you track it. Maybe at the beginning of the month, you can say, oh, I want to have achieved this at the end of the month. I want to have done this at the end of the month. And then probably at the end of the week, or at maybe 2 weeks, bi-weekly, you go through your goals and go through the steps you've taken to achieve that goal. Because at the end of the day, there is one thing to write down your goals, and there's another thing to actually put steps in place to achieve them and track them. Because if you do not track your progress at the end of the month, you will see that you might have not really done anything. But when you track your progress, you can say, okay, I think I need to retrace at this point. I think I'm not getting it right here, or I might be on the right track, so I should be able to achieve my goals at the end of the month. I don't know if that makes sense, but if you're not keeping track of your goals or the steps you're taking towards achieving those goals, you will find out that at the end of the year or at the end of the month, as the case may be, you would have achieved little or nothing. And I think the last point is committing your plans and your goals into God's hands. Like, this is really, really important, because like I would always say, except the Lord builds the house, the builder builds in vain. So no matter how you want to plan, or you want to do New Year, New Me, or you want to make New Year resolutions, at the end of the day, because I am a Christian, I know that is a key factor in every plan, in everything you want to do in your life. So the point remains, always commit your steps into God's hands, and try as much as possible to make steps. God is not a magician. Like God doesn't do magic. So I think at every point in your life, He expects something from you. So you cannot be asking God for, I want a job, and you are not applying. Where will the job come? Yes, God is a wonder-working God, but yet He's not a magician. God can do all things, yes, but then at some point in your life, you need to put in that effort. Faith without works is dead. So if you are believing God for something, or you are having goals, or you're having plans for your life, and you're not putting in the work to make those goals come to fruition, it doesn't make sense. So whilst you're putting your plans and your goals into God's hands, try as much as possible to put steps in place to achieve those goals. Try as much as possible to, you know, work towards achieving those goals, because if you just write down the goals and you're not doing anything to achieve it, at the end of the year, your new year, new me will still be looking at you where you've written it and you've not done anything. So I think pretty much that's all I had to say in this video. I hope this video has helped you in one way or the other, and please leave your comment, share my video, share the link to your friends, your family, the group chats, and all of that good stuff, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.